Hello and welcome to the second edition of Camel Racing News. We've got absolutely loads to get through on today's programme as we continue with week 2 of the prep races from Al Mamoon. We'll start though with today's headlines. Al Asifa were all conquering in the 4-year-old races. Al Hafra clinched the feature race for females. Al Shahiniya topped the female division, while Mustahan were the best males in week 2. We'll also be looking at camel racing logistics in Souk Al Mamoon, reins, robes and robots. First up today, we'll be taking you behind the scenes of the DubaI Camel Racing Club, which has a busy time preparing for racing each week. They have the task of arranging all of the pre-race administration as well as addressing any concerns and issues that connections might have. Let's find out a little bit more.
Races are back to the smart track, Al Mamoon. Having finished last season in style, Al Mamoon is gearing up again for the prep races at the start of a fresh camel racing season. Al Mamoon track has become an action-packed camel racing hub with competitive racing and everlasting thrills. The DubaI Racing Channel is well prepared for delivering this event in great style as usual. It has committed all means of successful organisation of the event, kindly sponsored by His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Deputy Ruler of Dubai and Minister of Finance, who has given this sport huge support, raising its profile to the highest levels it enjoys now. Work is up and running over here and all systems go for owners and trainers registering for prelude races. The atmosphere is indicative of a thrill in the making and longing for clinching top honours. The club receives every day large masses coming for registration or catching up with the latest developments of the sport. The sport has also become a rendezvous and a platform for social interaction between various segments of the GCC community. Preparations are well underway in all shoots of the track, leading to 4, 5 and 6 kilometre races for 3 and 4-year-olds owned by sheikhs or tribal connections. The club is therefore tip-top ready for this precious event. Al Mamoon prep races are extremely important for the creme of camels competing at this time of year. It's the time connections start assessing the form of their racing animals and gauging their readiness for nerve-wracking contests. Al Mamoon preps are back. You are welcome to the jewel of camel racing tracks. Welcome to a fair competition for top honours and immeasurable feats to be achieved here in this smart track.
Thanks very much to Tom Hutchins for giving us that report on a look behind the scenes at the DubaI Camel Race Club. For now, though, we'll move on to the racing, and the Al Asifa team continued their domination of the prep races so far, enjoying another good day on week 2 of the Al Marmoon preps, organised again thanks to the generous support of His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum. The team won the feature race for the females. Let's find out a little bit more.
Al Marmoon Preps Programme 2016 was the highlight of the early part of the season. Round 1 was enthralling and round 2 was no less. The morning session was for 3-year-olds owned by their highnesses, the Sheikhs, competing in 14 races all over 4 kilometres. Race 1 for local 3-year-old females saw intense representation at various owners in a mouth-watering showdown over 4 kilometres. Owned by His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed Al Maktoum and trained by Saeed Salim, Al Shahaniya fought her way to the finish line, stopping the clock in 6:11.90. The runner-up was Al Hathra, owned by His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum, and Seat, sporting the silks of His Highness Sheikh Ahmed bin Mohammed Al Maktoum, came third. Race 2 for crossbred 3-year-old females was equally exciting, with an intensely competitive race. Al Asifa team for His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed Al Maktoum came up first thanks to Wad, trained by Saeed Salim, which recorded a time of 6:15.80. The team fielded the runner-up Najud, as well as a third-place finisher Al Shahaniya in a sweeping finish. The competition was carried through to race 3 for local male 3-year-olds, where Dabian made a strong finish, clinching the title for His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum. The Atiq, trained by Salim Al Arti, recorded a time of 6:19.20. And Moafak for Al Asifa team came second. And the third carried the silks of Nad Al Shiba team. Race 4 rounded off the fierce competition of crossbred male 3-year-olds, where Al Asifa team was once again a dominant force thanks to Barak, who recorded 6:14.00. The team was also represented by the runner-up Chime. And Al Wajri for His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum came third. The best time on the day was recorded in race 6 for crossbred female 3-year-olds, where Farida, representing Al Asifa team, showed a scorching speed to stop the clock at 6:03.00. The remaining races were all equally competitive, capping a great day. The day was dominated by Al Asifa team, who won 9 of the 14 races.
Of all the divisions in camel racing, the 4-year-old segment is one of the toughest to win in, and that's because of the very large fields that they attract. The Al Marmoon prep races are among the most competitive, even within that division, as this weekend's 14-race card showed.
Huge challenges always define the races of 4-year-old camels, thanks to the bulky fields. Al Marmoon Preps programme makes it even more demanding due to the tough competition throughout the 14-race card. All competitors in this morning session of the day raced over a 5-kilometre trip. The opener, which is normally the toughest race, was for 4-year-old local female camels, characterised by relentless rivalry until Tafsir from Al Asifa team, owned by His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed Al Maktoum, prevailed. The Saeed Salim trained camel recorded 7:49.30. The runner-up, Al Shahaniya, for the same connections finished ahead of the third-place finisher, Damar, owned by His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum. Race 2 was for female crossbred 4-year-olds, and Al Asifa representatives were dominant once again, having won the opener. It was Farida who landed spoils here, recording 7:57.70, making a quick double to His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed and trainer Saeed Salim. And the team also clinched the second position by Aliyah. Bashaya for Nad Al Shiba team came third. Race 3 for local older male camels was rich in quantity and quality in this feature race for camels owned by their highnesses. Al Asifa made it a straight hat-trick as Sogan emerged the winner, recording 7:56.40, sporting the silks of His Highness Sheikh Hamdan. The runner-up was Mahdi for His Highness Sheikh Faisal bin Abdullah Al Muwalla. The third was Shaheen for His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed Al Maktoum. Race 4 for male, older crossbred camels was no less in quality and tenacity. It was Mirzal who ran away with the first prize in the silks of His Highness Sheikh Hamdan Al Maktoum, recording 7:58.00. The runner-up was Al Shamali for His Highness Sheikh Diab bin Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. Al Sayef for His Highness Sheikh Hamdan Al Maktoum came third. The challenge went through to the final race, which recorded the fastest time of the day. Further proof that Al Marmoon races are full of quantity and excitement. It was Minhasha for His Highness Sheikh Saeed bin Hamdan Al Maktoum, trained by Khalifa bin Sultan Al Suwaidi, who was a worthy winner, recording 7:43.90. The race brought the curtain down on an exciting day of racing for camels of their highnesses, and the day was marked by good results for all.
So, some pretty comprehensive winners there on day 2. Join us after this short break when we'll be looking back on day 3. Welcome back to Camel Racing News, and we reflect now on round 3 when it was Al Hathra who clinched the female feature for 3-year-olds owned by Gulf owners. The Al Marmoon Preps, which were again generously sponsored by His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum. Here's a little bit more.
Round 2 of the meeting, designated for camels for Gulf owners, kicked off early in the morning. The meeting attracted altogether 555 animals competing in 16 races over a trip of 4 kilometres dedicated to 3-year-olds. Despite it being Friday, there was a massive crowd and the excitement was there throughout the card. Race 1 for local female 3-year-olds attracted 27 camels that made the opening race a thriller. Al Hathra, owned by Omar bin Awad Al Qutbi, wasn't even amongst the first 10 in the early stages of the race, but the owner was confident that he had nothing to worry about. She travelled smoothly over the first 3 kilometres and shot to the lead inside the final kilometre and stayed on strongly to record her win in 5:59.90. 2 seconds ahead of Minhaf for Saeed bin Khalifa Al Suwaidi, and third came Al Shaiba for Abdullah Al Amir. Race 2 for crossbred female 3-year-olds attracted 30 animals in a race that in the past has been often marked by surprises. The start was smooth and Makifa for Sultan Saeed Misbah Al Saadi, who was 10th, started to thread her way through the field, progressing with every step. In the final kilometre, it was evident that she wouldn't be denied as she hit the front and started to distance herself from her rivals. Despite the attempts of Najwa for Mubarak bin Hamad Al Maheri, Makifa wasn't in danger and she crossed the line first at 5:59.70. 2 seconds ahead of Najwa, Wasayef for Mohammed bin Sagir Al Qutbi finished third. Race 3 for local male 3-year-olds was highly competitive with a field of 28 starters. The start was steady, but the momentum picked up gradually to a sprint in the concluding stages of the race. The competition soon developed between Mayas for Mohammed bin Maher Al Qutbi, who dashed to the front, but was soon tackled by Munjiz for Ahmed Khalifa Al Sawaidi. Others kept close in an attacking position, such as Mahdi, Al Muqtabar, Shaheen and Mushji. Though Munjiz hit the front inside the final kilometre, he was headed by Mayas, who finished first, beating Munjiz into second, ahead of Kafu for Sahel bin Abeid, who finished third. Race 4 for crossbred 3-year-olds drew the participation of 26 camels, and the start couldn't prepare you for the excitement of the finish. Mahab for Masaba bin Rashid Al Dari led the field, but Al Khalid travelled strongly to take the second position at a later stage. The complexion of the race changed drastically as Al Khalid pressed to the lead, and the owner seemed confident in his ability. He kept on to distance himself from rivals and never looked back to put the race to rest, recording in the process the best time of the day at 5:59.20. He finished about 4 seconds ahead of the runner-up Mahul for Mohammed Awad Al Mansuri and Katir for Nasir Shafi Al Shafi, who was third.
So an impressive win by Al Hathra, and to find out a little bit more about her, we caught up with Mohammed bin Fael Al Zari.
أولا نشكر سمو الشيخ حمدان بن راشد على هذه المكرمة السخية، وهذا مركز الأسبوع الثاني، وقدمنا الحذر في الشوط الأول، والشوط أنت تدري شوط صعب، شوط تسعيره، كل مخيرة الحلال في الشوط الأولي، كنا متخوفين في البداية، والحمد لله توفقت الحذرة وتقدر نساعد الشوط الأول بكل جدارة. التوقعات كلها عند الله هذه، والحذرة قامت في نص الحلال، وفي الكيلوين الأخيرة دخلت في الحلال، وفي الكيلو الأخير نساعد المركز الأول، والحمد لله توفقت وحصلت على المركز الأول. والله الحذر تنحدر من سلالة الحذر، وأما بتها ملول، إنجازاتها سابقة العام الماضي حصل على سيارة، والسنة لها عدة سبقات. والله يهديها إلى عمر بن عوض وإلى شعار المتحدي سالم بن سعيد المنانة.
The weekend was a good one too for Al Khalid, who actually recorded the fastest time. Ali bin Sultan Al Suwaidi spoke to us about the race.
والله الحمد لله، الله يطول عمر الشيخ حمدان بن راشد، ما قصر حتى تسعيره، والركض من بدايته قوي. الخليج ينحدر من سلالة شاهين كليلي، وفي رصيده 3 سيارات العام، وهذا ثاني اشتراك له. والله وفق الحمد لله، الله وفق الحمد لله، والايام دي ان شاء الله تشوفون انجاز خير عن هالانجاز ان شاء الله. شيء من الحلال بعد ما شارك، ما عنده جهوز، الايام دي ان شاء الله بيشارك. والله نهدي اهالي جميره، نعم، ونشكر سمو الشيخ حمدان بن راشد على المكرمه والتسعيره.
So at the end of week 2, Al Shahina, owned by Hamed Mohammed Salah Juwail, was a worthy winner of the feature race for local 4-year-olds, and Masahain topped the male division.
This is the final day of round 2 of Al Mamoon Prep for 4-year-olds for golf owners. The meeting attracted 414 camels who competed in 14 races over a 5-kilometre trip. Race 1, which is typically the strongest in camel races, attracted 26 animals who were soon battling for the lead, where Bashaya, owned by Salim bin Hamoud Al Hashmi, went to the front. The race then went at a steady pace, but the final kilometre brought dramatic changes as Al Shahaniya for Hamad bin Mohammed Al Mari travelled strongly to hit the front and keep on to land the spoils, recording 7:44.50. Ajiba for Ali bin Awad Al Qutbi was the runner-up. "22 camels faced the starter in race 2, and the title holder, Al Shahaniya, for Khalifa Abdullah Al Nuaimi, was the leader of the pack. At the 1200 metre marker, the dash to the line started and it looked like a four-way competition. Hafla for Khalifa bin Salim Al Mazroui emerged as the winner, stopping the clock at 7:64.40 ahead of Hamlula for Abdullah bin Ali Basoudi. Race 3 turned into a strong event between local male 4-year-olds, whereby 27 camels were at the start. Musaihan for Abdullah bin Ali Al Qutbi moved from second to lead the race at the 2-kilometre marker. But it was hugely astonishing to see Al Shibul for Hilal bin Buti Al Ghafli take the lead from Musaihan, who wasn't far from contention. Al Assad moved in the last kilometre and looked like the winner, but suddenly Musaihan bolted up to reassert his supremacy in the last 50 metres and crossed the finish line first in 7:54.20. He finished 0.6 seconds ahead of the runner-up Al Assad for Sultan bin Mohammed bin Koba. Race 4 saw 25 camels in a hotly contested race. It was Batash for Ali bin Khalifa Al Suwaidi who led the field right from the start. He travelled strongly and was never headed, making every step a winning one, crossing the finish line in 7:48.20. He finished more than 3 seconds in front of Al Sa'il for Mozem bin Salim Al Jaboui, who was the runner-up, followed by Al Metro for Hamad bin Suwaili Al Amri. The best time of the day was recorded in race 8 by Al Deeb for Jar Allah bin Akil Al Mari, who led throughout the race, recording a facile victory in 7:40.08.
Yeah, as we saw there, Khalifa Salem Al Mazroui was able to celebrate a really good win of Hafla in the female crossbreed category. We caught up with the successful trainer Mohammed bin Saeed Al Zari.
بداية نشكر صاحب السمو الشيخ حمدان بن راشد على هذه المكرمة وعلى هذا الدعم لا محدود لأصحاب الهجن وحفله سبوق اشتركنا به في التمهيدي الأول وحصلت على المركز الثالث الشوط الأول مهجنات ونعيد هذا السبوع وتسبق ولها عدد سبقات تنحدر من سلالة البطل بعيد سمو الشيخ حمدان بن راشد المكتوم وأمها مهجنة. الشوط ما يجتمع بسبق وهذا توفيق بيد الله، واللي مشتركات على الحفلة كلها نسبق، واللي رايح في الشوط الأولي يدور السبق. الخليفة بن سالم المزروعي والعشاق شعار المتحدي.
It was Al Deeb, owned by Jar Allah Mohammed Al Hadid, who ran out the impressive winner of race 8, recording the best time of the day, 7:04.80.
مكرمة طال عمرك ناجحة يفرحون بها الخليج كلهم، هالهجن كلها والخليج، ويجون لها من كل ديرة، من الخليج ومن كل ديرة. الذيب أبوه ذيب الرياسة وأمهم صيحة ناقة بن علقاه مزروعي. أهديه لابن علقاه أحمد بن سعيد المزروعي والمشجعين الذيب. نعم متوقع لأنها أفضل تيم ثاني تيم في السباق اللي طاف، هو أول اشتراك له السنة.
Time to take another short break. We'll be back in just a few minutes' time. A warm welcome back to part 3 of Camel Racing News. And now it's time to go behind the scenes as we visit Souk Al Mamoun, the home of camel racing logistics. We're going to find out a little bit more about everything from breeding to robots, reins to medicines. It's all there.
Let me tell you about a Night Ranger that is as bold as a warrior. Its power and size are extreme. It's wirelessly driven and guides the jockeys. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to the Camel robot. When you have a look at it, you will think it's a very complicated invention, but if you have a closer look, you will see how simply it functions. It looks like a drill without the drill bit and a battery that makes a small noise. However, this robot is very safe, secure and admired by all who use it. The robotic jockey, an innovative technology that is customised to service our heritage. You can find this invention and more at Al Mamoun Market, where you can find all the kits that you need and are related to the camels and the racing industry. This place is a sanctuary for all estate and farm owners for who raise camels. You can find a variety of shops there that display very specialised goods produced locally or imported from abroad. And the most important thing about these products is that they possess high-tech qualities. Not far from the fabric shops, breeding and halter rope shops, you can see in between lots of veterinary labs for camels.
احنا هنا في مختبر الدانا بنعمل تحليل شامل للدم ووظائفه في الجمال وجمال الانتاج. بنعمل تحليل وظائف الدم في بايوكيمستري هيماتولوجي، بنشوف برضو الفيكال، بنعمل بروسيلا في الحمل، كل شيء يعني في الدم للجمال. كل حاجه في الدم بنحللها يعني.
Here, the owner of the camel knows the reason behind his camel's sickness. And also here, he gets the treatment and the medicine for his camel. The labs at Al Mamoun Market are under governmental veterinary censorship. The pharmacies over there are monitored really well. The healthy record of the camel is a key factor for its well-being.
احنا بدأنا نطور شغلانة الهجن او الموضوع ده عن طريق ان احنا بدأنا نعمل ابحاث مع الشركات الخارجية، فبدأنا ان احنا دلوقتي بدل ما نكون صيدلية فقط بقينا صيدلية وموزعين معتمدين لشركات امريكية واجنبية في ادوية الهجن، بحيث ان احنا نقدر نطور صناعة الهجن في المنطقة.
Al Mamoun Market is a very comprehensive shopping place for all camel owners where they can find the best labs, pharmacy recipes and all the equipment they need for their camels.
So for all your camel racing needs now, you know exactly where to shop. For those who might be new to the sport, here's a quick explanation of what each of the name categories mean. Hawa means weanling. Fatim is yearling. Hagaga is juvenile. Lagaya, 3-year-old. Azar, 4-year-old. Thanaya, 5-year-old. Hul or Zamul is 6-year-old or older. Ebkar is female aged between 0 and 4. Jadan is males 0 to 4. Nagar is females 5-year-olds and upwards. And Bayir is males 5-year-olds and upwards. And we'll be testing you on all of that next time here on Camel Racing News. That's it for today's programme. Many thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed it and we'll see you again very soon. العالم.